Hi guys, welcome back with another machine on the Van Hub, which is Corrosion 2. The link will be put into the video below so that you can download and play the machine. I'm going to demonstrate and explain several important techniques throughout this video. For example, I'm going to demonstrate how to perform directory enumeration with specific extensions. After we can get authenticated access to Tomcat Manager, then how to upload web shell. In this case, would be GSP payload in the format of WAR. Unfortunately, you possibly will get some problems, and then how to use the Metasploit to solve the problem. Anyway, in a nutshell, there will be a lot to do in this video. However, before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. As you know, this will help me with YouTube algorithm. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can head over to Kali Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. And I can autocomplete the command. As you can see over here, I used the options like I to specify the interface. So then all packets will be sent from this interface. And also all response will be arriving at this interface. So by request and response, we netdiscover can determine the alive hosts on this network. And also, as you can see over here, I used the option of -R to narrow down the network range. Okay, so now we can hit enter. We can supply the password of my own machine. All right, as you can see over here, the IP address of the target could be recognized as 135. So what do we have to do next? We need to do port and self scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. So now we can get out its result. As usual, I took the options like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. So then we can retrieve the content or result when necessary. Although the IP address, as you can see over here, has been changed from the one when I did the machine the first time. So from the map scanning results, we can know that the target has 3 open port numbers. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service, and also the version information. I don't think we can find any workable vulnerability for this particular version of OpenSSH. And the second one is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information, Apache 2. And I think by its default script scanning, we know that this site is running a default page of Apache 2. Anyway, we can check to see if this is the actual case by manual enumeration. The last one is 8080, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information, Apache Tomcat 9.0.53. So now what can we do next? We need to enter the enumeration. And I think we can, start the enumeration with this port number 80. Let's fire up the browser to do the manual enumeration first. We can put the IP address of the target into the address bar of the browser. Press enter, And we got back this Apache 2 default page. And we can scroll down. We need to check carefully, but nothing special or interesting. Also, we can view page source to check. Sometimes source code can reveal something sensitive. All right, nothing at all. And next we can check whether this site has robots file or not. Sorry, no robots not found. And also we need to check its source code. Nothing here. Next, let's launch the Nikto to do the automatic enumeration. You know Nikto? I always use Nikto to start web enumeration because this can give us information about the web application from a variety of aspects. For example, like the banner or surface, the version information, the request header information, but allowed HTTP methods. You know, sometimes we can utilize dangerous methods such as put for our purpose. For example, we can use this method to upload web shell. So now nothing so far. Next, we can launch the GoBuster to do the directory enumeration. And we can use the U option to specify the URL of the target. And use W option to specify the word list. I always use the GoBuster as word list to, to enumerate directory, medium, extension option. Usually I put the extension option here, and there's so many extensions out there, right? And in most cases, I just use like PHP, HTML, text, back. But in some special cases, we need to, specify additional extensions. It depends. Okay. Unfortunately, GoBuster cannot find anything, so I'd like to interrupt. And also, when I did the machine the first time, I tried to use different word lists, like word list in the sec lists. This one, share sec lists, a lot of word lists in the sec lists package. Discovery and web content. As you can see, many directories. Okay, but I'm not going to do such a choice here. And I'd like to tell you, we cannot find anything from the port number or from the web application which is running on the port number 80. Now our focus should be moved to the next one, 8080. Now we can pull up the terminal. And let me close up some tabs. And the port number is 8080. Press enter. And we got back this default page for the Apache Tomcat. And here, I think I've already demonstrated several machines which has something to do with the Tomcat, and especially Manager app. If we can get authenticated access to the Manager app, then we can upload payload in the format of WAR, and then we can get initial foothold on the target. But I think precondition is we should have credentials for this app. And let's try to use admin as username, admin as password. Let's sign in, but failed. So also, as I know, and also as I mentioned several times, if you have already followed my channel, Metasploit has one module, auxiliary module, which can help us enumerate the credentials or crack the password for this Manager app. Okay, let me launch Metasploit console. Here, the option of -Q means quiet mode. So during the loading, the banner, some verbose message will not be displayed. Okay, so now we can search Tomcat, and then we can use which module? Yes, this one, auxiliary scanner HTTP Tomcat Manager login. We can copy and paste in here, and we can use command show options to see which fields are required to configure. In this case, I think the only field or option is required to configure is this one, remote hosts. So we can set remote hosts to be the target. Okay, and the remote port number, we do not need to change. The default one can meet our scenario or our environment. Okay, and so now we can run it. However, this module cannot get the proper combinations of username and password. Okay, so now let me exit from Metasploit console. All right, so next I think we need to check, as usual, we need to check if we can find anything else from this port number 8080. And also we can, cancel, and we need to check whether this side has robots file or not. I think following standard methodology is the key to the success of this machine. Let's go back. So why I mentioned over and over Nikto is so great. If you think this is just a direct enumeration to your ROM, okay? As you can see over here, although here no banner retrieved and the request header, nothing special here. However, the Nikto found this one, backup zip file. So great, okay? So great, so great. So now I think, of course, before we analyze the outputs, or output, sorry, not outputs, let me check its home page. Nothing special here. So the backup, maybe we can copy and paste onto our notebook. Examples, but this one I think just some default file or page for the Tomcat Manager. And here, however, read me text. So nothing else. So what do we have to the next? We need to access both files, readme and backup zip file. Maybe we can take a look at this file first. Readme. And here, Randy, it's your system administrator. I left you a file on the server. I'm sure nobody will find it. Also remember to use the password I give you. I think here, from this information, we can get some, some discoveries. The first one, not this one. So the Randy is possible username, okay? And this guy or system administrator has left one file. Maybe this is the file left by the administrator, okay? However, maybe this file is protected by the password, and the password is given by this administrator to the Randy, okay? So now, next, I think we can download the zip file. We can duplicate. Let's press enter. It's done. Then we can unzip this file. Of course, just we guessed earlier, this file is protected by password. So we should decrypt this password or crack this password. How to do? And there will be so many different ways to crack. For example, like John the Ripper. But if you want to use John the Ripper, you need to first to convert the zip file to hash, okay? And also we can use hashcat, but just I stated in the other videos, the most preferable way or technique to crack a zip file is fcrackzip. I think this is the most effective utility when you try to crack zip file, okay? This is I'm going to do now. Now we can use the fcrackzip. Let me auto-complete this command. U means here, U means unzip, and D means the dictionary-based a crack or attack, and P specify the word list. And here I use the default rocky word list. So then we can press enter. As you can see, very quickly, the password has been retrieved or has been found successfully, and we can copy and unzip this file. Let's supply the password or paste clipboard. Okay, so now we have retrieved all files in this zip file. And I think first of all, I'd like to check this one, server, because this should be the configuration file in the format of XML. Nothing interesting. Let's check the Tomcat users XML. And here we can find the username and password. So now I think we can use this credential to log in to the Tomcat Manager. We can copy and we can paste onto notebook. So now we can copy. If this doesn't work, then we can try another combinations of username and password. The password is the same. So now we can go back to the home page and we can click Manager App. And now we can use admin as username. Password we can paste into this field, sign in. And now we are in the Tomcat Web Application Manager. And now let's scroll down. So I think next we can deploy WAR file. You know, the WAR file is container of the dynamic web page for the JSP. You know, JSP is the dynamic programming language to run a web server. Okay, so now how to do? But first of all, we need to create the WAR file first. So how to do? And we can use msfvenom. However, maybe you do not know which payload you should use or you should adopt. Although you can use Google to make some research, but for me, I always use this way. We can use the list and the payloads. If you press enter, you can get so many payloads supported by msfvenom. So we can use the grip. Yeah, we just interested in JSP payload. So now we can hit enter. All right, so now the screen is much cleaner, okay? And we want to use reverse TCP. So then we can launch the it's a bit difficult for me to pronounce. msfvenom, and with the option of P, and now I think we can autocomplete this command. We need to specify the local host, and so the reverse collection will be connected back to our Linux. And also we need to specify the local port number to be listened on. And for me, I always use the 5555 as the listening port number. And here the F is we need to use the F to specify the file type and use the all option to output or save into this file. Okay, so now we can press enter. All right, now as you can see over here, the payload has been successfully created by msfvenom. Great, so now we can set up the listener by netcat. Now let's go back to the Tomcat Application Manager and to select and deploy the WAR file. We can browse and navigate to our working directory. Yeah, this one, and select and deploy. As you can see, the shell file has been successfully deployed. Then we can trigger this payload by click. However, we got the error, and we didn't. We failed to get the collection from the target. So in many cases, the way what I'm just demonstrated can work very fine, work very well. But I don't know the reason for this failure. Okay, it's okay, it's fine, it's all right. We can take another way. For any pen tester, we need to grasp techniques as many as possible. And the second way I'd like to take is to utilize the Metasploit console. So let's launch the Metasploit console again. And then we can search. Of course, we want to exploit the module. So exploit Tomcat, press enter. And so we need to locate the module. What we want, we want a module which can help us to upload payloads. So which one? Yeah, I think this is what we want. We can copy, and then we can use command followed by the module name or module path. No payload configured. I think the default one is what we want, the Metasploit. So now we can show options. We need to set local host to our Linux and set local port number to 555. Set remote host to our target. Okay, set remote port number to 8080. Of course, the port number is 8080. And also we need to show options again to see what else are required to configure. Yes, HTTP password and username. Set HTTP username to be admin. Set HTTP password, and we can copy password from notebook. Copy and paste in here. So I think that's all we need to configure in order to work properly for this module. And now we can use run or we can use exploit. This doesn't matter. As you can see, we successfully opened Metasploit session. And then if you want to get interactive shell, we can run command shell. But this isn't still better. We can use the Python to spawn a better one. Python 2 is not there, so Python 3. We can spawn the bash session. Next, maybe also we can define the environment variable term color. So then we can clear screen when necessary to get a bigger space. Okay. So next we need to do some local enumeration and Jaya permission denied. So how about Randy? And we can grab the user flag, no problem. And also here we can notice note text file. We can cut out this file. So hi Randy, this is your system administrator. Hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to let you know that I changed your permissions for your home directory. So I think this is the reason why, oh, no, you wouldn't be able to remove or add files. Sorry, my bad. So now it doesn't matter. So now let me clear the screen again. We need to do, of course, we can get the kernel, but I'm not going to take kernel level exploit to elevate privilege. So we can continue our enumeration, OPT, Tomcat. So nothing here. And go to var directory. Go to backups directory. And nothing here. Go to www directory. HTML directory. Nothing here. Actually, just now we have already got the password for the Tomcat Application Manager. However, just now we found two sets of credentials. One is admin, and another is I cannot remember. We can grab that file again, Tomcat users XML. And as you can see over here, the manager, the password. So the password is reused in different scenarios. So I think it's reasonable that we can use the password to check whether any other system user is using this password. Let me show you what I mean. And we can go to home directory. We can try to switch to this user and supply the password. It does work. Okay, great. And we can spawn a better shell by Python. Okay, so now what can we do next? And we can, of course, we need to do some more local enumeration. For example, we need to check whether this current user can run sudo, because this is a normal user. Usually, such user has more privileges than a www data or Tomcat. And we can supply the password again. But this user may not run sudo. And also, next we can check whether we can find any binaries which have SUID bit. So we can use a find command. I'd like to start our search from root directory, and we can use the perm option. For silent type, we are just interested in file rather than directory. And also, we can use redirect operator to redirect all errors or standard errors to special device, null device particularly. Okay. Here, 2 stands for standard error. Okay. And then this is redirect operator, redirect all error to special null device. So now we can press enter. I think we can find this one, look, and we can, yeah, files, look. I never, sorry, home, files, and look. So this look has SUD bit. To be honest, I never encountered, or I have never used this command before. So we just run it, look, and here is usage. So the string or file. Maybe we can, we can go to another very wonderful website to see whether this is a standard utility or command of Linux. So now we can go to Google, GTF Obins. Let's visit this website and look. Even, yeah, this is not a sudo, should SUID. And so now we have been given the instruction how to utilize the SUID bit of this binary to retrieve the file which normally is privileged file, okay? Or we need to, we need to use some sort of privilege to access this file, okay? So now we just follow the instructions to retrieve the shadow file. Shadow file contains the hash of the user, and then if we can, and then we can crack such hash. Okay, so now what can we do next? So the L5, we can define the variable. Yeah, I want to retrieve this file, and we just copy, because we are in the current directory of the look. So now we can press enter. As you can see, we successfully retrieved the shadow file which contains this line. We can copy and we can save this hash value to like Randy hash value file name. And normally we use the log queue, but I'd like to tell you, if you use the log queue with the list, this will take very, very long time to crack. To save time, I'd like to make some assumptions. I assume that this user, Randy, is using the password, and this password has something to do with this or its username, okay? Or the password contains the user information, username information. So we can, we can create a much more smaller or much smaller dictionary for our purpose. This can save our time enormously. Okay, so now we can use the grep and the Randy, press enter, and then we can launch the John the Ripper to crack it. Okay, because I've already made such cracking before. So now to display the hash or to display the cached password, we can use the show option, Randy, and this is the password. Okay, now we can copy the password, and then we can switch to Randy by supplying the password. Here it does work. Next, we need to continue our enumeration. For example, we need to check whether this user can run sudo. It can, and can run Python. And of course, it's not so easy because Python should be followed by the Python script. So next, I think we need to check. First of all, we need to locate. Or no need to locate. We can go to the home, Randy, and so this one we can cut out. and the owner is root. So the current user Randy doesn't have permission to manipulate this Python script. However, if we cut out this file, random base 64, maybe we can copy and paste in here, so this will not make mistake. So here is import the base 64. So maybe next we need to check to see whether this module, import command or statement of a Python script is to import module from somewhere, okay? And module in Python is actually a file, okay? So next we need to check whether this file is accessible, even is modifiable by current user, okay? So next we need to locate base 64, and next, so I think this one we can check its permission. Yes, we can, any user can manipulate or can modify this script. So I think this would be very easy. We can, so how to do, we can echo import OS module, OS system bin bash. Okay, to this one. So we just redirect. So now we can run sudo what? Sudo L, sudo, we can copy, paste in here. As you can see, we successfully elevate privilege to root user. So now we can navigate to root directory to grab the final flag. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.